it's Aja. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would give you guys just like a really honest video explaining how I am freshly 30 years old and currently traveling the world without a job. What? Why am I doing that? How am I doing that? I want to be open and honest with you guys because for some, what I'm doing can be achieved for you too. And for some, it's just not feasible, it's not realistic. And I don't want to paint this picture that travel is accessible for everyone because some people paint that picture and it's just not true. But I'm going to tell you how I'm currently doing it and, pretty fun story, fun truth tale. First of all, I just got back from South Korea. That was, my flight was on March 2nd, and because of the way time travel works, time zones and things, I took off on March 2nd and I also arrived on March 2nd, even though it was like 18 hours or something like crazy like that. From South Korea, I went to Philadelphia where I was spending some time. If you saw my last vlog, you saw how Philadelphia life was like for me, and I will be going back. But from Philadelphia, I then went to New York, and I think I've got maybe a couple of clips of here is New York that I can show you guys. And then from New York, I went to, that was Brooklyn. I was staying in Brooklyn, but I did go to other parts of New York, but I just didn't get a whole lot of footage because I was really there to visit family. And so that brings me to the first part of why I'm able to afford travel. My family. So my mom and my aunt live in New York, and so when I visited there, I stayed with them. If I ever go to New York, if I ever go to Brooklyn, there's no reason I would ever have to pay for an Airbnb or a hotel because I stayed with people who care about me. And obviously, if I ever have the chance to give them a place to stay, of course, they are gonna stay with me. Okay, so from New York, we meaning me and my sister, we went to Los Angeles. We went to this awesome music festival called Smokin' Grooves, and it was an amazing time. We did stay in an Airbnb at that time, so I will say one part of how we were able to afford that is that it was shared with many people. So traveling alone, you're responsible for 100% of the costs. But when you travel with friends or if you visit someplace with people you know, obviously you split the cost. In this case, the costs were split unfairly, which is to say that I did not pay for the Airbnb. My sister gifted that trip to me out of the kindness of her heart because it was my birthday recently and because she loves me. So I didn't have to pay for my part in the Airbnb, but I did, of course, have to pay my part in food, alcohol, here and there, buy a drink for everyone involved, buy, a meal, do this and that, move money around. So I didn't completely bum the trip, okay? I did also spend some money, but once again, traveling as a group is always going to be a lot more cost-effective and doable than traveling on your own. And I discovered that for the first time years ago when I went to Bali with my friends, and we had this magnificent, just luxurious Airbnb spot in Bali that was walkable to the beach. It was something wildly inexpensive, like 100 and something for a week or something. I can't be truly specific about the numbers because I don't remember, but I know that it was way cheaper to go as a group than it would have been to go alone. From Los Angeles, we have moved on to San Diego. That's where I am now. If you saw my Instagram post, I said San Diego, aka San Francisco, because I kept telling people I was going to San Francisco and that was not correct. This is San Diego. Guys, the view, of this apartment that I did not pay to stay in because a lovely friend of my sister has allowed us to sleep on his couch. And oh my God, it is a magnificent couch, and it is in a magnificent apartment, and oh my God, the view is beautiful. It made me want to move to San Diego, but after y'all make my YouTube blow up though, like then I might move to San Diego, because right now, not right now. I've mostly only talked about like how my cost is reduced in places that I'm sleeping, but we're also reducing costs with flights. Thankfully, my sister has the kind of flexibility where with her job, she can still work from anywhere, which means that she doesn't have to worry as much about what time of day or what day of the week or things like that the flight is on. And me too, because I don't have a job, right? So one way we're saving money is by choosing the cheapest flight, whether that means, you know, it's some weird time at night or some awkward time in the morning. It hasn't been so far, but they have all been on weekdays. We're going with the flow of low prices when it comes to booking our tickets for travel. Some things were booked ahead of time, like way in advance, and some things we waited on it because like the price might go down, and it usually does. Also, we took a train from LA to San Diego as opposed to taking a flight because cost. That one was maybe a questionable decision because that train was a hot mess, and I might tell that story at another time if y'all want me to. But good gravy, it was a trip. But anyways, now we are going to have one more sweet, awesome evening in San Diego and onward to our next destination, which is Dallas, Texas. So I will be going next to Dallas, Texas. My sister has asked me like, oh, who are you hanging out with? Like, what are your plans and stuff like that? And I'm like, real talk, I no longer move like that. I don't want to make plans ahead of time for people to cancel on me for. It gets really annoying. I've been to Dallas in 2018. I made a visit there, and at that time I let people know well in advance that I was going, and I was going for a way longer time. And do you know who I got to meet up with? Like 3 people. So, you know, the effort wasn't there, and now I'm not willing to put in the effort either. So what I'm gonna do is when I get to Dallas, I'm gonna say, hey people, I'm here, and whoever shows up, and whoever I get to see, and that's that. If any of my Dallas people are watching this and you feel some kind of way, oh well, because all of y'all was talking about how you was gonna visit me in Korea, and I was there for 6 years, and you know what? You didn't come, So in Dallas, my dad lives, so usually I stay with him, or if I want to like do a little bit more partying, might stay elsewhere, you know, so that I don't disturb the household. The fortunate thing about Texas is that it's not that expensive of a place in general. You know, if you want to travel to some place that's cheap to begin with, then that's always helpful to the budget, to the travel budget. And after Texas, we're going international. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm headed next, but let's just say it's a new country for me, a country I have not previously been to. Basically, my advice for anyone who wants to travel, if you're like me, you don't have a whole lot of income coming in, or maybe you do, but you don't want to spend all your hard-earned money anyway. A, make friends. Be friendly, network everywhere you go so that whenever you go again, you know, maybe they let you stay with them. And also, you can do the same thing for others. You know, that's what it means to be a friend, is that you also do things for them, okay? Don't be stingy. Don't be one-sided. Book with a group, so work with other people, you know, decide on a place together, then that will always lower the price. Opt for groceries when possible, because I know like a few places that we stayed for longer periods of time, it just made more sense to have food in the house. Like when we were in LA, one of the people made us breakfast every day, you know, and that's obviously going to be a lot cheaper than eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Like, duh. Travel where you know your dollar will stretch further. So I'm gonna say New York, LA, San Diego, those are not those kind of places, but Texas is. And then there are places outside of the United States as well, which are just places where your dollar goes further. So those are my tips. If you found this wholly unhelpful, go ahead and cancel me in the comment section. That's fine. But leave a thumbs up first, because algorithm. And if you want to know something else about my locks, like how I'm doing my hair while traveling or anything like that, I would love for you to make a comment about that as well. Basically, comment on absolutely anything involved in this video at any time, because I love comments and I don't just read them and respond to them. I also consider them when I'm making content. So, and speaking of which, someone asked me recently for an update to my Spanish speaking learning journey. So that's next. That's gonna be the next video that I make. I'm gonna make a video as an update on my learning Spanish journey. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. So bye.